Shalom, shalom. Call halal, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. That's giving all praise to the Most High, in the name of His only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. My name is Ibar from the Prophets in Babylon camp down here in Tampa, Florida. And I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us His truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. And real quick, I want to go into this article I just saw when I was at work. I saved it. It says, this is the Newsbreak app. It says, Florida, hundreds left jobless as Florida car dealer chain declares bankruptcy. Right. Hundreds left jobless as Florida car dealer chain declares bankruptcy. And all these businesses and jobs are going to go bankrupt. And you Jakes, which we do these messages for you, Jakes. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Indians. A lot of you are going to be found jobless, man. You know, eventually we all will be found jobless. All right. It says, job market shockwave, Florida car dealer chains bankruptcy leads to massive layoffs. Right. So you get laid off. You may go to your job one day and say, hey, man, sorry, man, we don't need you anymore. Sorry. You know, the company's going under. You know, and a lot of that happened during the first demic. You know, people lost their jobs because of, you know, people lost their businesses. It says popular used car dealership off lease only has filed for bankruptcy and closed all its locations in Florida, leading to hundreds of job losses. Wow. So they closed all its locations in Florida, which I'm here in Florida. It says the chain had 5 locations across Florida. Wow. And 466 people have lost their jobs as a result of the closures. That is insane. We gonna read this, man. We gonna read this, but that's 466 people have lost their jobs as a result of the closures, which that's 466 families. So you can probably triple that, you know, that number of people that are, you know, going to be hungry and, you know, going without and probably looking for a job, you know. I mean, going hungry, going without because they got to feed their families. But those people are not going to be looking for jobs. And this is in Florida. It says Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse. And also, you know, you got the cost of living going up, you know, inflation. It says Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 1. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth while the evil days come not. And the evil days are coming. I was talking to somebody the other day and it was asking me, well, damn, if the economy about to collapse, the dollar about to crash, and you know what people going to do? People got to work. I said, man, these jobs are closing right now. People are getting laid off, man. He said, well, how people going to live? How people going to eat? How people going to pay their bills? I said, people going to get it how they live. Okay, you are seeing a little bit of that in California. People going in stores, taking what they want, and pretty soon they're going to start going in houses, man. It says, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, right? While the sun and the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because there are few, right? So the economists and, you know, the people who, you know, watch the stock markets and stuff, they losing their mind right now. You know, they seeing this thing, you know, starting to crash. Everybody knows it's inevitable. That's damn, I got to do a video of that too. Hey, man, the Lord got the spirit, you know, flowing, so these videos coming out. But every time I'm doing one video, I'm thinking of another video to do, and I want to do it. Strike while the iron is hot. And before you know it, you done did 3 or 4 or 5 videos a day. You know, so that's the spirit, man. Call YAHAWASHI, because it's a lot going on right now, man. It's a lot going on. There's no reason why you should not be doing videos or speaking on these different topics, because there's a lot going on. And there's a scripture for all these things. It says, and the grinders cease because there are few. So a lot of these jobs are going to shut because, you know, lack of workers, you know, lack of, you know, work, lack of inventory, all that. There's going to be many reasons why these jobs shut down. It says, and those that look out the windows be darkened. So the future of America is looking very bleak, man. People don't know how they're going to pay their bills, you know, and all these, you know, price hikes and, you know, food is overpriced now. Fucking rent is going up. Everything, man. It says, so the future of America is looking very bleak, or the future in all these countries, but America especially. It said, and then you got Mexico that's be building a wall now, and they said to keep the Americans out when the dollar collapse, man. So Mexico knows the dollar, that the American dollar is about to collapse, and they're building a wall to keep the Americans out, like how Trump was trying to build a wall to keep the Mexicans out. When it goes around, comes back around. And now Trump, about to be, if he not already, behind fucking four walls, man. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low. You ain't gonna hear no work, no more work going on. You ain't gonna hear these factories. You ain't gonna hear, trucks and all that stuff going on. All that stuff's about to be shut down. It says, he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Ain't gonna be no more, mirth in the land. The daughters of music shall be brought low. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and people gonna be, on edge. Okay. It says, the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden. The desires shall fail, because men goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. People gonna be in the streets protesting, give us some jobs. Give us some jobs. I remember when the demic came, man. Okay. Or when the damn before the demic came, or around the time the demic came, you had a damn government shutdown, and you have people in the street saying, we want to work. We want to work, slaves. Let me go here, because this was going to lead up to, man. And I was telling Jake this the other day. He was just like, whoa, so blowed. But yeah, this is the reality that we're coming into, man. Okay, you about to lose it all. All right, so they that have be as though they had none. It says, 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse I'll get right to the point. It says verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son. With 2 or 3 hours of the birth, great pains compass her womb. When the woman feels contractions. Before she give birth, before she go into birth, she starts feeling those contractions, man. And that's what's happening in America. The contractions is, the dollar getting inflation, rent going up, gas going up. These are all, contractions to what it's ultimately leading up to, which is that great, time of, all hell breaking loose, which is symbolic to the Lord coming back. It says, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. So as the child get closer, as YAHAWASHI get closer, these contractions going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. And people are going to be, feeling it, man, on every side. Verse 39, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the world, upon the earth. And the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Sorrow is going to come upon this place on every side. You're going to be feeling it from every direction, man. From every direction. It's going to be like you can't, you just can't win. It says, "O my people, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Indians, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle. And in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." So when this time comes and these evils come, you got to be like pilgrims upon the earth, man. There ain't going to be no houses. A pilgrim doesn't have a house to chill in. A pilgrim has no set dwelling place. All right? Constantly on the move, migrating to where there's food and shelter, It says, and that's going to be us. We're going to lose these houses and cars and whatnot, man. People think that life is just going to go on as normal. People think America's the end all be all. You're wrong. Okay? People thought that about Rome. They thought that about Egypt. They thought that about, these different, times in history where, cities and, places were ruling and reigning over the earth. And then, now they're not anymore. Okay. It says, verse 41, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. So don't be too caught up in your possessions, man. You may buy something, understand that you're going to lose it. Okay, you buy a new car, understand that, hey, eventually I'm going to have to let this fucking car go. Or you're going to take that car, I'm going to keep putting gas in it. It says, he that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it. You may have a store, Understand eventually your store gonna go to shit. It says also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. Oh, Salakia. I'm gonna go back up. It says, he that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as he should not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall get no children. And they that marry not as the widowers, for therefore they that labor in vain. You got people that go to these jobs and they busting their ass. They're trying to be, the number one guy on and on the job, trying to be employee of the month, just to get laid off, the next month. It says, for strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses and take their children captives, put your children in slavery. For the captivity and famine shall they get children. For in captivity and famine shall they get children. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities and their houses and their possessions and their own persons, right? You getting all this fancy shit, a new car. All that's doing is, showing the people that's going to rob your ass where to go. They see you just got that brand new fucking, Maserati or whatever, a brand new Mercedes. And they go, hey, let's go over there. They got money. It says, for I will be angry with them for their sin, saith the Lord, like as a whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman. So shall righteousness hate iniquity when she decketh herself, and shall accuse her to her face when he cometh that shall defend him that diligently searcheth out every sin upon earth, right? The Lord's going to, reward you for your works, man. So you might have been at these jobs making money. You got drinks that make money, Well, it's going to, Scripture says, Scriptures talk about how, maybe I'll grab it, Salakia. It's about they that, I haven't grabbed that in a while, actually. I'll grab it. What is it? How does it go, Salakia? It's in my head. I'm going to read some more of this too, Salakia. Damn, how does it go about shall be had in no, that's not it. Benefits. Let's put in benefits. They that receive benefits. Because Jake doing pretty good right now, man. But it's going to come to a knot. Let me read some more of this. It says, the chain that had 5 locations across Florida and 466 people have lost their jobs as a result of the closures. The industry has been impacted by inventory scarcity and vehicle price inflation, right? These vehicles going to go. I did a video about people, going to strike on the 14th, which is in 2 days? 3 days, These people that work at these auto shops, they're about to go on strike, all right, because of their wages. So that's going to make the price of these vehicles go up. It says, and parts. It says, and body work. So you may have a car that need work, and then guess what? They have a vehicle. You may have a vehicle that needs work, and you don't get that work done. You're not going to be able to do it later. So that video going to sit. Okay. By inventory scarcity and the vehicle price inflation stemming from supply chain disruption and multi-year declines in new vehicle production, elevated pricing and rising interest rates have further deteriorated conditions in the automobile retail market, awakening consumer demand and affordability. So like you're weakening consumer demand and affordability. Wow. So the people, they losing your jobs because you can't even afford these damn cars anymore. They say, we can't, hey, stop production. We can't, because these companies, they put all this money into these, this inventory, and then when they expecting people to buy it, when people don't buy it because of inflation or unseen, circumstances. It's like, yeah. unseen circumstances, they end up losing all that, man, and they got to let people go. Hence, laid off. It says employees were let go with little warning, being told in a Zoom call on Wednesday. What the fuck? So you log into a Zoom and say, hey, we got to have a meeting. Everybody log in on Zoom. You log into a Zoom call. They tell you fired. What the fuck? That's crazy. That's crazy. So many people probably been working at this place for 20, 30 years. You got people that's older people that's working at these, places, and, they can't afford to go anywhere else, It says they announced they would immediately, and if they went bankrupt, they obviously, that there goes your pension, your damn 401k, all that, man. It says they announced they would immediately close down to the public and seize all operations. So after that, everyone knew they lost their jobs. Boy, you gotta laugh to keep from crying, boy. And it's gonna happen to all of us, bro. So don't, I ain't laughing at the people. I'm laughing at the situation because it's gonna happen to all of us. We all gonna lose our jobs, man. But us, we can't wait, man. I tell people all the time, I can't wait for the motherfuckers that day to come. Well, I ain't gotta work, because at the end of the day, when that happens, that means the Lord coming, and then it's done. Time for us to be enslaved, and it's time for us to be, rulers over this earth soon, man. It says everyone knew they lost their jobs. We packed up everything and got going. It was a bulletproof company, but we found out yesterday it wasn't. Wow. So they thought they had the security. Let me grab that. Let me read this first. It says, and I'm gonna go into that security. It says, 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 9. It says, then shall they be in pitiful case. You're in a pitiful case now. Just got fired, got laid off. Probably was late on your rent. Waiting for that last check or something, or the next check. It says, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. You people that forsook, for you Jakes, that forsook YAHAWASHI, thought this was, lame or whatever. Now guess what? You're going to be in torment. It says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. So like I said, you're going to have that brand new Mercedes-Benz in the drive. You're doing pretty good. And because of that, you ain't even considered about YAHAWASHI. So now you're going to need YAHAWASHI and be trying to pray and not even know his name. It says, they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. So you Jakes that got this word, or somebody brought this word to you and you despise it, you act like you ain't hear it, act like it ain't mean nothing to you. Guess what? You gonna understand it after death by pain. It says, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. Let's go down to, that's the point on that. Let me go to security. So we ain't gonna be worried about these, these people that, forsook YAHAWASHI. Hey, you get what you earned. All right. That's why it says Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 5 verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. So don't be delaying. Oh no, I will, bro. After I gotta go do this job. Nigga, that job ain't gonna be there. Okay. And now the Lord ain't gonna be there for you either, because you was, more concerned about a damn job. It says, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in a day of vengeance. And never think you have security in a job, because they can fire you for an infinite number of reasons, man. And it'll be unannounced. One random day you go in there, hey, you guys. A matter of fact, bro. At the job I'm at now, you start as a temp and then they hire you on or whatever. But I remember, it was a lot of temps in there or whatever, and it was one morning we was all going in. I forgot all about the story, man. It was one morning we was all going. This was like 2 years ago. It was one morning we was all going in or whatever, and as we going in, they didn't even. You go home one day from work and they'll call you and say, hey, man, yeah, we don't need you anymore. Like, what the fuck? After you already done left the job or whatever. But one day, people, I guess they forgot to do that, and people was going into work, and as they was going into work, I remember I was like right there with the crowd walking into the building. And then there was somebody at the door telling people, oh, yeah, sorry, you don't work here anymore. Oh, yeah, sorry, you don't work here anymore. And it was like, and it was all Jake's too, because Jake was in there playing and doing stupid shit, trying to fight and stuff. So the people got tired and they let all their ass go, But it was like, maybe like 5 or 6 of them, that was walking all at the door at the same time. And there was they had a little white lady at the door telling them, hey, no, I'm sorry, you don't work here anymore. You don't work here anymore. I'm sorry, they're supposed to have called you. You don't work anymore. So Jake got up, got ready, woke up early. We had to be there early and shit. Woke up early and everything to get to the job and get to the door and tell them, oh, no, turn back around and go back home. People probably was driving a far distance to get there and stuff, man. It was probably depending on that check. They said, nah, I'm sorry, you don't work here anymore. And then I'm looking like, what the fuck? Wait, me too? And say, no, you go to work. And I'm still working there to this day or whatever, but it's like, no, you go to work. So as I thought it was talking to me too. So I'm looking like, me too? I'm about to turn around. They said, no, you, hey, you go to work. You go to work. And I was all YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. But I wasn't into no bullshit, anyway. I go to work to work, It says a notice on the company website now states off lease only is winding down its operations. I guess that's what the company was called. Its operation and is closed to the public. The company posted on its website in an effort to responsibly wind down operations of the business. We have filed for voluntary protection under Chapter 11 of the U.S. Bankruptcy Code. Wow. It says customers who had paid deposits are hoping for refunds. Wow. So you paid a deposit for a vehicle. You put money down for a vehicle, and they say, oh, no, maybe. You ain't getting a vehicle. We had to liquidate that, but maybe, just maybe, and probably not, will you get a refund. There you go. It says, are you disappointed to see the Florida chain close? Do you feel sorry for the employees who have lost their jobs? Are you concerned about the number of businesses closing around the United States? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below and share the article on social media and with others so more people can join the discussion. To keep up to date with all the latest business and retail developments in Florida and in the U.S., please click the link. There you go. Yada, yada. So there you go, man. All right. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, man. All right. They about to start dropping people like flies. You've been terminated. And I don't put it, beside my own job. They might, I always think I may go in there and they may tell me, hey, no, we won't need you no more. I wouldn't be surprised. Regardless of how it go, I'm trusting YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. That's all you can do. So with that being said, I'm gonna say Shalom, Kwame Shirala, Abba.